ensure all hardworking Nigerians in the private sector, both formal and informal, can retire without fear.
President Buhari assures public and private sectors of a guaranteed future at retirement, launches micro-pension plan.
We will ensure that step by step we get to where it is that we promise the country that we're taking the country.
Federal government to expand its social investment program to actualize its next level pledge to Nigerians.
How this ease of doing business has promoted Nigeria.
Minister of Information and Culture at Budget Defense says government policy on ease of doing business has produced results. Plus, Court of Appeal upholds Kayode Fayemi's election as Governor of Ekiti State, dismisses PDP appeal. Good evening, thanks for joining us on NTA Network News. I'm Cyril Stober in Abuja, and joining me from Lagos is Dotun Ogunyemi. In Enugu, we have Comfort Aim. Thanks for staying with us. All pending issues on pension payment in the Federal Public Service will be resolved by the federal government as a deliberate attempt towards restoring the dignity of all those in retirement. President Muhammadu Buhari gave this assurance at the formal launch of Micro Pension Plan, which is a unique financial product introduced by the National Pension Commission towards expanding the nation's pension coverage to the informal sector of the economy. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the details.
Micro pension plan.
This drama presentation depicting the features and benefits of the micro pension plan sets the tone for the launch of the new pension savings product as President Muhammadu Buhari formally registered Sagiri Shawai, a Keke Napep operator from Karu village, as first participant. Designed to fit the peculiarities of the various informal sector workers, the micro pension plan, which democratizes the savings culture in Nigeria, perfectly aligns with the social investment programs of the federal government. For President Muhammadu Buhari, the macro pension plan is a natural next step towards consolidating the achievements recorded so far by the provision of grants, concessionary loans, and technical support to farmers, traders, and SMEs through the SME clinics, thereby changing lives in many positive ways.
The federal government will continue to support the National Pension Commission to ensure a successful rollout of the product. The Financial System Strategy 2020 is also hereby directed to support this initiative within the framework of its activities, especially as it relates to financial inclusion. In addition to this program, we are also working tirelessly to sanitize some of the rot within the pension system we inherited.
The president promised Nigerians that despite the lean resources of government, his administration is committed to resolving all pending issues on pension payment in the country.
We will ensure all hardworking Nigerians in the private sector, both formal and informal, can retire without fear. We have already started on this journey. We must all come together to ensure these reforms are fully implemented and their positive impact is felt by the rightful beneficiaries.
This is the first time such window of opportunity is being opened to self-employed Nigerians and those working in the informal sector to participate and enjoy the benefits inherent in the contributory pension scheme.
We expect that within few years of implementation, the micro pension plan will not only expand the pension coverage to a greater number of Nigerians, but will boost the quantum of the pool of long-term pension assets available for economic development.
The pension fund administrators, consistent with the guidelines developed by PENCOM, have put in place appropriate structure and infrastructure to ensure adequate coverage of the plan and trained manpower to facilitate excellent customer service to the participants.
Records from the National Pension Commission show that as at January 2019, Nigeria has over 8.74 trillion naira pension assets belonging to over 8.4 million formal sector participants. This is not only changing Nigeria's financial landscape, but also transforming the course and pace of its socio-economic development. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And there's more from the State House as President Muhammadu Buhari says, without social, political and economic stability, no nation can effectively manage its resources for public good. The President stated this while granting audience to a special envoy of the President of the Republic of Congo, Mr. Jean-Claude Gakoso. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo also has that report.
Mr. Jean-Claude Gakoso, who is the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Congolese in the diaspora, is here to convey a special message to President Muhammadu Buhari on behalf of President Denis Sassou Nguesso. President Buhari noted the Republic of Congo as a medium oil producer in Africa, saying Nigeria will sustain the highly beneficial collaboration and cooperation with the country so as to get the best from their resource potentials and invest for development. He, however, stressed the need for peace and stability so that such resources can be used for the good of the people. Stability, President Buhari insists, is critical if a country would manage its resources effectively. In Nigeria, for instance, the president said he is fully aware of the country's challenges, including deficient in infrastructure, and promised that in his last lap in office, he will do his very best to improve on the nation's political and economic stability. The special envoy, on behalf of his president, formally congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari on what he called his brilliant performance at the last presidential election. He wished the president wisdom and good health so that he can continue to lead his people efficiently and effectively. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The social investment programs of the Buhari administration is to be expanded as the government settles down to actualize its next-level pledge made to Nigerians. This was part of the message sent by President Muhammadu Buhari to the 11th Bola Ahmed Tinubu colloquium in Abuja. Salihu Abdullahi reports.
The Tinubu colloquium started in 2008 when the APC national leader attained the age of 56. Since then, the event has become an annual ritual which families, friends and well-wishers, particularly the political class, look forward to. The 11th edition, to celebrate the 67th birthday of the political icon, like the past editions, attracted dignitaries from around the world to witness the event, which features presentations on social and economic issues that will impact on the society. The theme, Next Level, with emphasis on how to achieve prosperity on industrialization, job creation, and technology outsourcing for sustainable development, was treated by experts as part of the contribution to realize the slogan of the second tenure of the APC government. Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo, who represented the president, says President Muhammadu Buhari has championed a national rebirth as being showcased through robust infrastructural development.
As the president has said repeatedly, we have no other focus, there is no other commitment for the progress of this country. And we will ensure that step by step we get to where it is that we promise the country that we're taking the country to.
I believe the second Buhari administration will work to increase electricity generation. I've heard that. Transmission and distribution by more than 50% within the next 4 years. It's a challenge that you must go through, and we all must be held responsible for this.
It is expected that issues raised at the colloquium will be given considerations as the next level comes into effect on May 29th. Before then, Bola Tinubu enjoyed the company of the dignitaries to cut his 67th birthday cake.
And we are happy that God has blessed him with good health and long life.
Most especially Nigerian youth, we need the services of our leaders to be more committed to their cause.
My take from this is the issue of agro-processing. The future is bright.
In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says public enlightenment efforts by the ministry on critical issues and policies of government, like the Ease of Doing Business initiative of the present administration, has yielded favorable outcomes. He emphasized this before the House of Representatives Committee on Information, chaired by Olusegun Odebumi, while defending the ministry's budget proposals for 2019. Lami Ali reports.
Engaging both local and global public towards ensuring that they are on the same page with governments and to avoid erroneous impressions, especially on policy-related issues and national challenges, remain the core mandate of the ministry, which was why its proposals are tailored in that direction. Town hall meetings, public enlightenment messages, opinion polls and other promotional activities, according to the minister, have been helpful in creating awareness.
How this ease of doing business has promoted Nigeria from number 164. We've moved to number, I think we're from 169. To 169. We've moved 24 places. And that's what we are saying. And that the effect, like I said, is that there will be more foreign investment to Nigeria.
Don't limit yourself to executive order. If you are sensitizing people on the executive order, policy of government, the law of the nation, where you feel necessary that you should enlighten people on it.
In the meantime, officials of the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, National Youth Service Corps, and Citizenship and Leadership Training Center had interactions with the House Committee on Youth Development on their proposals for 2019 and financial performance in 2018.
We do the needful this time around, that we make sure that the welfare of corpers were being taken care of more adequately, and especially the allowances and other emoluments that are supposed to accrue to them.
In another development, the House Committee on Healthcare Services has queried the Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, over alleged inconsistencies in its budget documents pertaining spendings.
So how come your 2018 budget, you've already done over 80% of the expenditure without approval by National Assembly?
The committee directed NAFDAC to bring forward some documents for further scrutiny. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
And from the Senate, the Committee on Information and National Orientation has expressed delight in the ability of the Ministry of Information and Culture to record balances in its 2018 budget performance. This was at the 2019 budget defense session of the ministry before the committee. In a very brief meeting, Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, presented a total budget estimate of more than 6 billion naira. And still from the Senate, Ministry of Science and Technology has proposed the establishment of a national agency for research in robotics and artificial intelligence and a National Agency for Desertification and Erosion Research in its 2019 budget estimates presented to the National Assembly. Minister Ogbonnaya Onu explained the projections when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Science and Technology to defend the 2018 budget performance of the ministry. National Assembly correspondent Kenneth Nanim reports.
Minister Onu pointed to various achievements of the ministry, including development of water-based thermostable vaccine for the control of Newcastle disease in rural poultry. The minister is also optimistic that the new agencies proposed in the 2019 budget estimates will improve the socio-economic development of the nation through indigenous research on science and technology.
You must do basic research and you also do applied research. If you do only applied research, you will never catch up with other people. because once you are doing basic research, the one thing you will find will now give you, all the resources that can pay for, your applied research. This is an area that the nation is very weak. So it is important that, let us know this. But every effort is being made now, to reverse this.
And I thought that we have a department of such in the Ministry of Environment. And I believe that instead of duplication, we should work in synergy with that department, which I believe really is their core responsibility.
Meanwhile, the Acting Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, while defending the 2018 budget performance before the House Committee on Police Affairs, solicited more releases for the Nigerian police force to enable it perform optimally in its mandate to protect the lives and property of Nigerians.
Appropriation in respect of overhead costs and capital budget to the force over the years have failed to meet the funding requirements of the police.
The committee members who decried paucity of funds, which obviously has limited performance of the Nigerian police across the country, pledged to ensure passage of the Police Trust Fund Bill, which has been transmitted to the Senate for concurrence.
If we can have that, I strongly believe we will have enough funds to operate the police duties as enshrined in Section 4 of the Police Act.
Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
Well, 13 years after the construction of the National Library headquarters complex started in Abuja, the building is yet to be completed. The Minister of Education, Adamu, appeared before the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and TED Fund to defend the ministry's 2019 budget, during which he requested for additional provision for its completion. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo reports.
The National Assembly at the moment is at the peak of its oversight function, budget scrutiny. In the last 5 days, it has been a marathon, all in the quest to pass the 2019 budget in the first week of next month. Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and TED Fund played host to the Minister of Education, Adamu. After presenting the breakdown of the 620.5 billion naira allocation to the sector in 2019, he reeled out some challenges which include salary shortfall, promotion arrears, and academic allowances, and additional provision for the completion of the National Library.
But actually what is required is about 47 billion. Mr. Chairman, this is a special appeal on behalf of this nation. We certainly need a national library that we can be proud of.
Just as we did last year, I will try to make the move to see how we can get something in this regard. The National Library is so dear to you. So dear to you.
The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board also defended its 2019 budget, while Senate Committee on Basic and Secondary Education scrutinized the budget of some agencies, including the National Business and Technical Examination Board and the National Institute for Education. The Nigerian Air Force defended its 2019 budget before the Senate Committee on Air Force, during which the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, announced that the force will recruit 2,000 air men and women in 2019.
In the area of enlistment and recruitment, this administration has commissioned a total of 669 officers in the last 4 years.
Our mutual cooperation is manifest in the overall development of every facet of the Nigeria Air Force.
At the next conference room, the Ministry of Justice was justifying its 2019 financial proposals before the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. The ministry described the non-provision of funds for judgment debts in the 2019 budget as a big challenge for the justice sector. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority has won the African Broadcasting Union Documentary Competition Award in Marrakesh, Morocco. NTA's entry, Ideal in Idea, which showed the enterprising spirit of the Nigerian youth despite challenges, won the award against documentaries from other African countries. NTA's Executive Director News, Muhammad Labdi, received the award this Thursday at the end of the three-day General Assembly of the African Union of Broadcasting in Morocco. You're watching NTA Network News. We'll take a break now. More reports shortly.
Women's Wing of the All Progressives Congress, APC, heartily congratulates the President, Muhammadu Buhari, his wife, Aisha Buhari, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and his wife, Dolapo Osinbajo, the APC National Women Leader, Hajia Salamatu Beiwa, and all APC members on their victory at the recently concluded polls. APC Progress. This message is brought to you courtesy APC Deputy National Women Leader, Honorable Ihoma Onyebuchukwu.
Getting around heartburn and indigestion can be tricky if you eat too much. Eat food that is too spicy or greasy, or lie down after eating. Heartburn and indigestion could always be around the corner. When they come, be prepared with Gaviscon Double Action. It works within 3 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours. Gaviscon Double Action. Many causes, one solution.
Team huddle.
But we lost.
Don't be tired, guys. This isn't a loss. It's a practice for winning.
Nothing makes a mother prouder than seeing her child growing up. But I know as he learns to lead, he'll face even more dirt, germs, and risk of illness.
That's why in changing seasons, you need strong Dettol protection. Because Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
To anyone who ever pushed me to go further.
Come on, one more.
To anyone who ever gave me a hand up. To anyone who ever taught me anything I ever learned. To those who work together to set the bar higher. To those who give me the energy to go further. This is my team, and my team makes me.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous, whether you do it for fun or for political gains. Real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Thanks for staying with us. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has affirmed the election of Kayode Fayemi of the All Progressives Congress as the governor of Ekiti State. The three-man appeal panel, led by Stephen Ada, unanimously upheld the election. Olabode Arewa reports.
The party and his candidate in the July 14 governorship election, Kolapo Olushola, had approached the Election Petition Tribunal to challenge the victory of Kayode Fayemi and the All Progressives Congress in the election. The tribunal dismissed the petition of the plaintiffs for inability to prove their case. Unsatisfied with the verdict, the PDP and its candidate filed an appeal against the judgment of the tribunal. The three-man panel of justices, led by Justice Stephen Ada, examined 7 grounds of appeal brought by PDP and its candidates. The appellate court said the tribunal, which had the initial petition, was right to uphold the victory of Governor Kayode Fayemi of the APC. The appeal court dismissed the petition.
Court of Appeal today again affirmed the decision of the trial tribunal to the effect that the election was free and fair,
We discovered that the day has been well spent. The judges did not say anything particularly about each of the issues raised. We cannot get to understand it until we see copies of the judgments.
In Abuja, Olabode, NTA News.
And Justice Iyangeku of the Federal High Court Abuja has fixed the 2nd of April 2019 to deliver judgment in the suit filed by the African Action Alliance Party challenging INEC's decision to resume collation and announcement of the March 9 governorship election. Olabode Arewa also has that report. Right, we're sorry we can't bring you that immediately, but staying with the courts, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has revoked the bail granted the leadership of the proscribed indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, and issued a bench warrant for his arrest for jumping bail. Aliu Tukur reports.
Has been standing trial, along with 3 orders for treason, was granted bail on the 25th of April 2017. Since his bail, Mr. Kanu did not appear in court again. His counsel and sureties cannot give the court information on his whereabouts. On resuming the trial, prosecution counsel urged the court to revoke the bail, issue a bench warrant for his arrest, and commence the trial in his absence, since the accused has jumped bail and his sureties cannot produce him. Justice Binta Nyako, who earlier stood down a motion on the forfeiture of the bail bond of the sureties because of a pending appeal, agreed with the prosecution that adequate time was given to the defense, but they failed to utilize it and therefore revoked the bail.
The court has given an order that the sureties must deposit 100 million naira each, amounting to 300 million naira, to the courts within 2 months from the date of the order, and that after 6 months and failure to produce Nnamdi Kanu, they should forfeit the bail bond. And dissatisfied with that ruling, they went on appeal.
We have documents to show to the court on why he's not here. Today, we are now communicating with him. We know he's alive and has given us accounts of what transpired between him and the military. So these are what we expected to furnish the court. And each time we want to inform the court, notify the court about it, the court said, no, Ejiofor, I don't want to hear from people. Let me hear from the sureties. When we are done with them, we'll now go back to your case. Now today, we expected that when having stayed the proceedings in suretyship, the court should afford us ample time to address him on why he's not here. So, however, we intend to challenge this ruling on appeal.
The case has been adjourned to the 18th of June for commencement of trial in the absence of the defendant. In Abuja, Aliu Tukur, NTA News.
And it's back to our earlier report on the suit filed by the African Action Alliance Party challenging INEC's decision to resume collation and announcement of the March 9 Rivers governorship election. Olabode Arewa reports that Justice Iyangeku of the Federal High Court Abuja fixed the 2nd of April to deliver judgment.
Reported incidents of violence during the March 9, 2019 governorship election in Rivers State, governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, Biokpomabo Awara, went to court. He alleged that the Independent National Electoral Commission, which had earlier announced that it would schedule a fresh election, later recanted and rather opted to complete collation and announcement of the results. Counsel to the party, David Adegbe, told Justice Iyangeku that INEC erred in its action as his party had made advanced preparations to participate in a fresh election. INEC, as the first defendant, failed to put up appearance in court. On his part, Mr. Emmanuel Ukala, senior advocate of Nigeria, who is counsel for the second defendant, the PDP, argued that the courts lacked jurisdiction to entertain the matter, saying the Supreme Court had ruled in several instances that only a tribunal had powers to hear election cases. Justice Iyangeku thereafter received judgment on the case to 2nd of April 2019 from the Federal High Court, Abuja. Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
The federal government is reaffirming its readiness to keep maintaining an effective regulation of water use in the country, targeted at ensuring equitable distribution of resources. Minister of Water Resources Suleiman Adamu said this at a presentation of water use licenses to prospective applicants at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. Abdul Malik Adiu completes the report.
As Nigeria's population keeps growing and socio-economic activities rises, water demand invariably is on the increase. The Nigerian Integrated Water Resources Management Commission has been working on regulating the usage of these resources through licensing across the country. The Commission's Executive Director acknowledges federal government's effort towards achieving a healthy and robust water use regulation. In this regard, two things are visible: the boost in the sector and consequently the drive of advocacy, which is yielding fruitful partnership.
Regulation of water resources seems to promote the availability of sufficient water quantitatively and qualitatively.
Presenting the license, Water Resources Minister Suleiman Adamu commends the effort of the Commission in ensuring that various water users are encouraged to obtain water use licenses, which is helping to minimize the incessant abstraction, diversion, and damming of water resources.
Licensing of various water users becomes very necessary and important to our nation at a time like this, when the government is upscaling revenue generation, job creation, improved agricultural production, provision of better health facilities.
Recipients of the license recognize contributions of relevant key players to the success story and promise to adhere to the license terms and conditions. In Abuja, Abdul Malik Adiu, NTA News.
And time now for us to join Dr. Muguyemi in Lagos for more stories. Dr.
Thank you, Cyril, and welcome to Lagos. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Gabriel Ononishakin, is tasking the public to evolve means of providing strategic information that will help to attain the desired national security. He stated this at a two-day seminar on community intelligence gathering organized by the Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center. Lynn Lineke reports that the National Security Advisor, General Mungunu, was represented at the event.
Considering the pivotal role of intelligence gathering in tackling security in military operations and other threats to the society, the need to synergize and come up with new trends to enhance proficiency in the armed forces is crucial. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Gabriel Olonishakin, charged retired military personnel to continue to contribute to the peace, security, and development of the country.
National security is a reflection of the sum total of our various community securities. Efforts geared towards the achievement of the desired national security must commence from the community level.
The seminar was born out of the fact that the country is confronted with several security challenges, which calls for concerted efforts by all.
This seminar is designed inter alia to equip and position you upon retirement as eyes and ears of the government toward enhancing national security.
The current leadership of NAFRIC is resolute in transforming the center to a modern training institution of global standards.
Intelligence community should step up a little more, engaging the locals in getting information.
The Chief of Defense Staff inaugurated some residential quarters in the Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center, Oshodi, in Lagos. Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
ITEL Mobile has unveiled its latest brands, ITEL P33 and P33 Plus, with the theme My Power, My Hero. The new smartphones are an improvement on the existing Supermax Power Flagship series. Paul Omukago has details.
Unveiling of ITEL P33 and P33 Plus available nationwide from 1st April 2019. The new ITEL smartphones come with unique features. ITEL P33 has a battery with a futuristic artificial intelligence power master and ultra battery endurance designed to last over 3 days on a single charge, while the P33 Plus has a big battery that lasts 100 hours normal usage. The P33 is also reputed to be the first ITEL phone to debut with 16 gigabytes ROM and supports an expandable micro SD card up to 32 gigabytes.
ITEL Mobile is very popular in the market now. So we have been to expand global presence. We are providing reliable products and budget-friendly mobile devices.
Both brands equally have multifunctional fingerprint sensor and face unlock system for easy and secure access.
One thing from the ITEL gene is ITEL is a mass brand. And one of those major strategy for us is affordability. So meaning you can get all of this good value.
In the coming years, we will focus on what we've been doing before that have made us quite successful, and we'll try to bring out devices that are reliable, that are trendy, and most importantly that are affordable, because those are our key selling point as a brand.
ITEL Mobile has over 46 million users of its various products in Nigeria alone and ranks among the top 10 smartphone companies with over 200% global shipments in the first quarter of 2018. In Lagos, Paul Omukago, NTA News.
First City Monument Bank has unveiled a new process of opening an account with the last 10 digits of a mobile phone number. Management of the financial institution say the idea is to ease the process of account opening and drive financial inclusion. Abolade Salami reports.
The city of Ikorodu, which is located in the northeast of Lagos State, came alive as First City Monument Bank, FCMB, introduced to the people a fresh idea of opening an account. Executive Director Retail Banking Olu Akomu said the FCMB Easy Account, which is the first of its kind, is a well-designed initiative to bring the unbanked into the financial services system.
We are emphasizing our commitment to this innovation of FCMBZ account. That with FCMBZ account, no matter where you are, as long as you can receive a phone call, you can open an FCMBZ account right there and get money paid to you, get money transferred to you, and you can also do the same to others.
The overall aim of financial inclusion is to get Nigerians, all adult Nigerians who have never had account of formal financial services, to 80% level of inclusion by the year 2020.
The FCMB Easy Account, which becomes operational at the press of *329# and the last 10 digits of your mobile phone number, provides a fast means of financial transactions.
We thank them for initiating the pilot scheme here in Ikorodu. Is that we are going to partner with them and mobilize our people to key into the arrangement.
The digital platform initiative, which will improve business operations and simplify banking system, has been described by customers as laudable. First City Monument Bank, a strong, dependable and efficient commercial bank, is at the forefront of developing digital innovations and ideas that will promote seamless banking services. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
This is still NTA Network News. More reports with Cyril after the commercial break. Please stay tuned.
What's up?
His friends didn't come.
Hey, let's practice.
But you're going out.
Don't worry about me.
Nothing satisfies a mother more than seeing a child grow up. But I know as he sweats, he'll face the risk of germs which can cause skin irritation.
That's why you need the new best ever Dettol Cool. Its new advanced formulation with extra menthol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs and gives your family icy cool freshness.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can. feed the rich.
We're back in Abuja now. A serious alarm has been raised over the growth of an organized crime in the sale of human organs across identified black markets in the world. People falling victim of the crime most often are irregular migrants and trafficked persons. Our correspondent Usman Aliyu says the federal government has intensified awareness nationwide against the illicit business.
Nigeria's diverse cultures, norms and values provide one illustration, that is human dignity. But moral degeneration is said to be seriously affecting such values of recent. This visit by the officials of National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons at the Palace of Deji of Akure is all about exposing traffickers who sell people for sexual exploitation, domestic labor, and worst of all, vital human organs in some part of the world.
Victims are brutally murdered and their vital organs crudely removed with the help of some medical practitioners and sold to the highest bidders. And that is why we decided to look very closely at the so-called ritual murders, because we want to believe that there's a relationship between that and organ sales.
Ondo State government is also worried that the issue is changing the low crime status rating of the state. Therefore, a task force is now put in place for anti-human trafficking. And the police is equally reinventing strategies for the fight. Schools are also informed about the tricks by traffickers and the consequences of illegal migration. Usman Aliyu, NTA News.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has intensified campaigns in promoting its financial inclusion drive to ensure that every Nigerian is financially literate for the attainment of a more viable and stable economy. Deputy Governor of the Bank for Financial System Stability, Aisha Ahmed, stated this when she led a team of staff to some institutions of learning in Abuja as part of activities marking the Global Money Week. Joy Uzo reports.
About money, it's always good to remind yourself of what the key...
Mentoring students on financial independence in growing the economy is the interest of the Central Bank of Nigeria's visit to schools to teach the students the importance of savings and investment. Prudent management and being resourceful is among factors identified to stand individuals out. Point buttressed by the Central Bank Deputy Governor, Aisha Ahmed, stressing the need for wise savings. The event comes as part of activities to mark this year's Global Money Week and in line with the CBN's drive to ensure that financial inclusion campaign of the bank covers all segments of the society, and the beneficiaries are students of Government Secondary School, Wuse Zone 3, and Staff Secondary School, Asokoro.
What we do at the Central Bank, the governor always says, is for us to create an economy that benefits all Nigerians. For you to be able to do that, they need to be financially literate. They need to have belief in themselves. They need to know the proper ways to earn money. We need to start to encourage people to bring out their own innate skill.
In line with this year's theme, which is Learn, Save and Earn, the students no doubt have acquired valuable tips to help them become financially independent in future.
I love beat making, so I go for beat making in order to have money to save in my account. But my priority right now is my study and how to get a good grades into university.
After that is to use this knowledge that CBN is giving us to better learn how to save our money and better to learn how to earn it.
The week-long activity, which ends on the 29th of this month, has impacted different segments of the society with valuable tips on adopting a wise savings culture, achieving one's goal through proper budgeting, investment and integrity. In Abuja, I'm Joy Uzo, NTA News.
And still on business, federal government invests in 246 billion naira worth of fruits and vegetable production. Comfort Aboda will be telling us more about this. Some good money for fruits and veggies. Comfort, let's hear you.
It's one of the fastest growing businesses in the world, you know. And the federal government is to invest in fruit and vegetables production for local and local consumption and export. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Aldrogbe, said the government is to also key into multi-billion-dollar plantain business. The minister stated this when he visited a plantain plantation in Abuja. International trade in plantain was $12.35 billion in 2016, with Colombia ranked as top exporter, while the U.S. topped the importers list. Nigerian farmers can earn an average of 2.5 billion naira from plantain export annually.
To take up 1 hectare each or thereabouts, and then multiply, following the tutelage and guidance of Contech. And then they will uptake everything and ship to Europe. The banana in the market in the world is about $11 billion. And Nigeria is the closest by air to Europe from any of the banana producing countries. So we intend to take part of it, increase agro.
And trade inches up by 0.1% amidst negative market breadth on the Nigerian stock exchange floor. Equities market appreciated by 0.01% to close at 30,833.50 basis points, against 0.67% depreciation recorded previously. CI leasing led with 14 gainers as against 17 losers, topped by sovereign insurance at the end of the day's session. And that's business news. The news continues with Cyril.
Thank you, Comfort. And I say comforting news about fruits and vegetables. In other news, scientists from parts of Africa are analyzing a program that can enhance the power, financial and health sectors if properly assimilated. And Jibuno reports that the program taking place in Abuja has its roots in mathematics.
The Python program was born from the collective effort of scholars in the Mathematics Analysis and Optimization Group, MANOG. The group believes that if properly applied, the Python program will help address one of Nigeria's most challenging issues, power distribution, which is affecting power supply in the country.
We are not managing our distribution according to optimization. Look for the problem of large population where you have maximum, like Lagos, like Kano, and then try to maximize there.
Like most researchers in developing countries, these researchers must leap over the hurdle of funding to make their desired impact.
It always requires some hard work, some dedication, some vision.
It should give us a special attention.
Most engineering machines are designed through optimization. As an engineer, I do appreciate what they do.
There's a big gap between mathematicians and the industry.
Despite being taken off the TET funds list in the area of funding, the National Mathematical Center is positive the Python program will add value to the country, and the interests of students like Faith Adedoyin allude to this.
I was only doing pure math alone, but with this Python now, I've been able to see that, okay, it can actually help me do some things that I've been struggling to do.
This is the 6th series of the Manox Group's work. In Abuja, and Jibuno, NTA News.
And we have more news ahead, this time from our Maiduguri Center. Naomi Aboku is sitting in tonight. Naomi.
And welcome to Maiduguri. Borno State government has set up an investigative panel on alleged incidents of child prostitution, sodomy and forced abortion in Maiduguri Maximum Prison. Governor Kashim Shettima inaugurated the panel at the Government House, Maiduguri. Muhammad Goni reports.
The nine-member committee is headed by the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Kakasho Ulawan, while the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Women Affairs, Dr. Hawamai Musa, is to serve as a member and the Secretary of the panel. The investigative panel has the following terms of reference to include meeting officials of the Maiduguri Maximum Prison to investigate the alleged child prostitution, sodomy, and forced abortion. It is also mandated to investigate the alleged involvement of those in charge of the care of inmates in the prison, as well as identify the victims with their identity protected. The panel is also to recommend the necessary disciplinary measures to be taken against those who may be found to be involved in the alleged atrocities, and the father recommends steps to be taken to avert future occurrence of such heinous crimes in places such as prison, among others. Governor Kashim Shettima said it is with deep sad and despair that he set up the investigative panel on the alleged incidents as reported by an online media outfit, which he described as unacceptable and condemnable.
We are in a great danger and everything possible must be done, and urgently too, to not only put an end to this ugly development, but punish all those involved or who aid and abet them in one way or the other.
The governor charged the panel to presume the prison officials innocent until the investigation proves otherwise. The panel has 1 week to submit its report. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
Wealthy individuals and organizations have been challenged to channel resources at their disposal to internally displaced persons taking refuge at various IDP camps across the country in order to ameliorate their sufferings and complement government's effort in that direction. This came to the fore at the presentation of 2,000 bags of maize kit to internally displaced persons in Maiduguri by Grand Cereals Nigerian Limited. Abubakar Muhammad Musa reports.
This is the fourth time Grand Cereals Limited just is reaching out to internally displaced persons in Borno State, among other IDPs camps across the country, sympathizing with the people. General Manager, Supply Chain, Grand Cereals Nigeria Limited, Abdurrashid Bello, said the company is passionate about the condition of IDPs in view of the destruction done to various communities by Boko Haram insurgents. He pointed out that the record of the company shows that most of their patronizers and distributors are from Borno State, hence the need to identify with the people of the state in their trying period.
Part of our CSR, corporate social responsibility, is to support areas where we operate, and we felt so that we have to support the IDPs here. You can see the number of people that are queuing up for the quantities we have.
Commending the company for the benevolence, representative of chairperson of Borno State Emergency Management Agency, Ali Isa Yauba, said the situation of victims of insurgency is beyond the capabilities of government and called on other well-meaning individuals to emulate the company. Some of the beneficiaries prayed God to reward the donors for putting smile on their faces. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Muhammad Musa, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Maiduguri. We now take you to Enugu Network Center for more reports from that zone.
Naomi, and welcome to Enugu Network Center. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it will, at the conclusion of the national elections and swearing-in, embark on aggressive constitutional and electoral reforms to enhance the integrity of the nation's electoral process. The INEC Commissioner supervising Enugu, Festus Okoye, made this known during the presentation of certificates of return to the Enugu State Governor-elect and the 24 State Assembly members-elect. Susan Eze has more. Susan Eze has more.
Stakeholders in the electoral process and the electorate in Enugu State for their support and cooperation in the conduct of the general elections in the state, which has been adjudged by local and international observers as peaceful and credible. INEC National Commissioner Enugu, Festus Okoye, however, noted that the Commission can no longer allow political parties to dictate the pace on account of their inability to put their houses in order and conclude their party primaries and nominations on time. In view of this, he said the Commission is suing for electoral reforms.
It is very clear that some of the provisions in the Constitution and the Electoral Act must be realigned to meet the expectations of our people. The Commission will take a second look at the timelines for the disposal of pre-election matters and propose to the National Assembly a timeline that leads to the disposal of all pre-election matters at least 45 days to the holding of an election.
Certificates of return were presented to the Governor and Deputy, as well as to the 24 State Assembly members-elect. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, in Enugu is holding 3 suspects for allegedly operating an illegal laboratory. The agency says their operations have endangered the lives of innocent citizens in the locality. Beauty Ehobamian reports.
Zion Avenue Phase 2, Transekulu, Enugu, appears like every other street in the state. Little does anyone know the residents have been living close to a laboratory where methamphetamine, a hard drug, is produced. The hard drug is hazardous to health. The NDLEA commander said 100 kilograms of ephedrine was found on 2 of the suspects. He, however, assured the public that the area has been decontaminated.
As a result of the hazardous nature of the chemicals involved, the agency has equally dismantled the said laboratory, while the precursor chemicals and paraphernalia and other equipments for cocaine's reproduction that were discovered are currently in the agency's possession.
The residents of the area confirmed the effects of the production on their water with far-reaching implications on their health.
Within the well surrounding, the color of the well has, that is the surrounding of the well has turned to black. And anytime we fetch water, we discover powerful smell. We sneeze when we fetch water. So I gave instruction to my family, please do not use this water.
Methamphetamine is an odorless, bitter, tasty, illegal drug capable of causing deadly health challenges like cancer, birth deformity, and kidney failure. In Enugu, Beauty Robamie, NTA News.
That's it from Enugu. The news continues in Abuja after this commercial break.
The family of Adachi Agbo regret to announce the funeral ceremony of late Mrs. Alice Enyamu Adachi, aged 74 years. Wake keep on 28 March at Chief Adachi Agbo compound, Uyi Ogugu. Friday, 29th March, funeral mass at St. John Catholic Church, Uyi Ogugu by 10 a.m. Sunday, 31st March, Thanksgiving mass at St. John the Apostle, Afante Territory. Signed by Chief Sir Gabriel Agada Adachi for the family.
Sports now.